let's learn how to draw a buffalo. First, let's find some shapes within the buffalo to help us draw later. I see a small circle at the back of the buffalo. I see a larger circle at the front of the buffalo. I can see an oval for the head of the buffalo. I see some straight lines for the legs, the back legs, and then I see straight lines for the front legs. And then finally, I see a line for the tail. Let's draw some of our own lines. Let's start drawing our own buffalo now. Drawing lightly with your pencil, draw the circle that represents the back of the buffalo. Draw a little bit larger circle for the front of the buffalo. Draw an oval for the head. Draw some straight lines for the legs. 2 back legs. And 2 front legs. And then finally, draw a line for the tail. Now we can begin drawing some details. Now using the shapes that we just drew, we can start drawing in some detail. So we'll connect the back circle to the front. If you look at the body, his tummy comes down a little bit, so you can do that. And then we will connect this area, which is his neck. He's got quite a thick neck. We'll make his nose. Maybe a horn. And then we can connect the back with the legs using the lines that we drew as a guide. Can come up. And again, the back leg. You can make adjustments as you go along. The line is just a guide. And then finally the front leg. Bring that up. And then the other front leg. This one's in behind. Drawing the hoof. Coming up. And now let's start drawing in some more detail. Remember that now is the time that you can actually erase. You can erase parts of the circle shapes just to clean it up a bit. You will find yourself doing some erasing throughout, which is fine. Whenever you feel comfortable with doing that, you can do that. Just realize we have to also draw the tail yet. Buffalo tails are not that long, so don't make it too long. Now let's go ahead. We'll draw the eye. You'll notice that his eye also is not that very large. Now, if you notice, buffaloes have quite the mane, so you can, it almost looks like a lion's mane, doesn't it? It's actually curlier fur, so if you look at the texture on the picture, you can see that it looks almost a different texture than the other fur, so you can include that. Bring that down a bit. You can make adjustments as you go if you feel like it's not looking just the way you want. That's just fine. Now when you look here, you'll notice that he has a bit of puffy hair on top as well. Different color, but so you can include that in there. Comes down and around. Don't forget this part. It almost looks like a little goatee. Just hangs there. Make it too big. We'll keep continuing on, putting in details to make him look more realistic. Nose can be a little bit rounder. Put a nostril in there. Then finally we'll start doing more details at the back. I see that his rump is a little too round, so I'll just make that less round. Not quite like that. We'll bring it down like that. So what I can do with that, I can just erase that. So you can make adjustments as you go along. That's fine. There's no problem with that whatsoever. So that looks a little bit better. Now, in doing this, I can now put a few, their fur is not as full as a wolf's fur would be, so you don't have to do things too overly long. You noticed I still made an adjustment to that back. You can make any adjustments you want as you go along. If you go with the way the fur goes on the reference photo, it might make it look a little more real. Notice I'm not making it as long as the wolf one. Now, back here again, we're going to make this a little bit plumper there because he's, and then we'll bring this down. I'm going to color in the hoof. Do it whatever way you want. It's your drawing. Anything's acceptable, and be kind to your friends. Not everybody draws the same. Whatever you draw is fine. As long as you're enjoying it, that's the main thing. This is the front legs. You'll notice that there's more fur on the front legs than the back legs. So as you're drawing, you're learning about the animal too. Color those in. That's a hoof. And I'm thinking that we're getting very close to finishing here.
Don't forget the ear. It's in here somewhere. They have very small ears compared to the rest of their body. So I really did some fixing up of the back there. His tail looks like it's kind of just sticking out there now, so I'll fix that up by giving it a quick erase job. And I will draw it back in. Remember, their tails aren't that long. They're not that short either, but they're not that long. And I think that's it now. I'm happy with that. I hope you like that. Enjoy drawing.